It's the big story this hour. At least 8 people have been killed and 16 others seriously injured in a horrific crash near Empangeni. This was on the N2 in KwaZulu-Natal. It's believed that a truck and a light delivery vehicle, which was transporting passengers, collided before 7 this morning after the Mtunzini Toll plaza. Paramedics from the KwaZulu Private Ambulance Service say 8 occupants in the bakkie had already succumbed to their injuries when they arrived at the scene. Kwazulu-Natal Transport MEC Siboniso Duma says in a statement that the 24 passengers in the bakkie were members of the Zion Christian Church who are on their way to Mtubatuba. Many of those killed in the crash were believed to be women. For more on this now, we're joined by Craig Botha from the KwaZulu-Natal Private Ambulance. Mr. Botha, thank you so much for your time on the program this hour. Can you first start by confirming the current number of fatalities and injuries following the crash in Empangeni?
Good morning to you. KwaZulu Private Ambulance Service responded to the scene. On scene, we found that 8 occupants had sustained fatal injuries and had sadly succumbed to the injuries before we could arrive on scene. A further 12 patients had sustained serious injuries and paramedics rendered immediate attention to them, as well as 4 patients had sustained critical injuries and required advanced life support intervention to stabilize them. These patients were then transported to hospital with various ambulance services.
Can you also just talk us through what was the scene like when you arrived?
Well, our team would have faced a really horrific scene. I mean, arriving onto a scene where a truck has collided into the back of another vehicle transporting patients, and just seeing the amount of bodies lying on the floor as they approach the scene could only have been devastating for them and horrific, and actually even created a pause where they had to gather their thoughts and triage the scene correctly so they could render medical attention to the appropriate patients.
And at this stage, Mr. Botha, I think we're also just grappling with your line. I hope you can hear me. Have the identities of the deceased been revealed, and have their next of kin also been notified?
At this stage, we are not confirmed. We have no confirmation that the next of kin have been notified, but I am aware that South African police services are investigating and following the necessary procedures to actually notify the next of kin.
Do we know what the actual cause of the crash is? And I'm asking whether was it maybe driver error or road conditions?
No, that stretch of road is pretty good, so it's unlikely to be road conditions. All that we know is that the heavy-duty truck actually collided into the back of the vehicle, but any further details other than that we don't know around the cause of the accident.
And let's talk about the N2 itself. Has it been temporarily closed, and has it since been reopened to traffic at this stage?
The accident happened just before 6 o'clock this morning, and since then the road has been closed, and it has only just recently in the last 30 minutes been reopened to traffic, so traffic is able to flow on that road.
And also, just before I let you go, what is your message to the public following this tragic loss of life from an emergency services worker perspective?
From an emergency service point of view, we just encourage and implore all road users to just follow the road traffic rules, stick to your speed limit, keep your following distance, and if there's any adverse weather conditions, just slow your speed down and increase your following distance, and be aware of the users of the road around you as well.
All right, so I must thank you so much. That is, of course, Mr. Craig Botha there from KwaZulu Ambulance Services. Thank you very much indeed for your time on the program this hour.